So here we are at Highland Park Lapidary looking at the wonderful Highland Park PT trim saw. This is the production model. It has a lot of really cool uses, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about how to best use this saw. Zeke.
Well, yes, this is an awesome machine. In fact, I'm actually annoyed that I didn't buy one when I had my shop in Utah. Because when I got here and started playing with this thing, I was like, oh, this is nice. It's like the Ferrari of trim saws. What's really cool about this machine is it's set up to cut faster, and there's a couple ways that we handle being able to cut faster on rocks. Now, to start out and give you a little explanation, this has a manifold on top, so you're spraying water and oil directly onto your blade. You can also fill this up so that it's running in a baffle, or spraying right on the blade. The other thing that makes it so this works really well is there's two phenolic pins that come into the sides and hold the blade in place. So like if you look, there's very little side to side play on this blade because those phenolic pins ride right on the side of the blade. So you can actually take and use the edge of the blade to grind in your stones, which we do when we're doing sphere cutting or preforming cabochons. So if I was back in my shop and I was using this saw, Jeanette was just asking me, the two things that I would use this for the most is you get a lot of little chunks of rock that are too small to put in your slab saw and slab up. But you can take this, especially if you put the fence on here and set it up so it's the right thickness to cut 1/4-inch slabs. You can just sit there and knock out little slabs very quickly on little pieces of material. You can also preform cabs really fast in this because it cuts really fast through your material. You can cut the shapes out, and then you can use the side of the blade to preform them. So if you're doing an oval, you can cut your cab out, or your preform out, which is usually a kind of boxy shape, and then you can come over here to the edge of the blade and round your stone off really quickly. The other nice thing about this machine, you can also use it to do small preforms for spheres. So if you get this machine and the shaping machine, for instance, that's how we were able to produce so many small spheres so quickly. So we'd also set this fence up so that we could cut, let's say, a 1.5-inch marble, and we'd move that over and would cut a little cube out. We'd cut off all the corners and round it out a little bit if you're doing it right into the sphere machine, or you can cut your little cube out and stick it in the shaping machine and do your sphere preform. So that's why we call it a production trim saw, because this is really designed for a production shop to be able to produce a lot. Now, if you're a small shop in America, you got to compete with a lot of people not paying a lot for labor. So you got to be able to produce a lot faster and still do quality work. And so this machine really helps bridge the gap there.
So in the next video, we're actually going to use the PT trim saw and show you how to do some of these things that Zeke was explaining. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.